Now you can enjoy the happiness of the holidays for the next 6 months by paying less and making more money by getting 180 days of picks from your favorite handicapper at a huge discount. This limited time Christmas special gives you a 90-day all-access pass with a handicapper of your choice at WagerTalk.com, plus an additional 90 days of all-access passes at no additional cost, an $849 value. This comes out to just under $5 per day, includes all sports released and any 5% best bets, normally priced at $35 each. Your access with your handicapper will cover NFL through the Super Bowl, college football through the national championship, any NBA and NHL action, including playoff games played during access and the start of the MLB season. Plus, if your handicapper does UFC, soccer, tennis, or any sport, yep, it's included. Happy holidays from everyone at WagerTalk.
Happy Friday, guys. Welcome to another edition of Puck Time. Carmine Bianco, WagerTalk.com. Final show of the week, and Andrew will be back next week. He's traveling back from Vegas. If you follow him on Twitter, you've seen all the pictures. Last night, he was in a hot tub at Circa Stadium Swim watching the football game and celebrating that second half on the Chiefs. I was pretty happy about that second half on the Chiefs because everything I had earlier in the night absolutely crapped out. It was such a miserable day. It was the only time I bitched to Prez as opposed to him bitching to me, but he didn't reply, so he knew how bad it was on my end. But anyways, 4 games to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Vegas Rangers game, St. Louis, Dallas, Washington, and Winnipeg. Paul Maurice out as coach. He resigned earlier today, about 30 minutes ago, and Nashville and Chicago. Here to discuss it from WagerTalk.com, Kevin Dolan, and of course the Prez. Prez, tell me, it's not a stretch, but tell me your day was better than mine. Your night was better than mine. It had to be.
Carmine Bianco, I am back. I don't know what happened to me Wednesday, dude. But I will say this. Wednesday afternoon, Carm calls me up. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do Friday's show. I don't want to talk hockey. I hate hockey, blah, blah, blah. Move on. I can't do it. Carm goes, you're not going to lose another hockey game, and then you're going to come on Friday and boast. Okay, I won't boast, but I have not lost a hockey game since. Thanks, Carm.
You're welcome. It's what I do.
Last
I
night,
become a motivational speaker.
Yeah. Last night, the Irishman, baby, the Irishman.
Yeah. And before we get to Kevin, it's one of those things. The bounces go for you and against you. We talked about NFL this past Sunday. I had the Bills plus 3.5. That game goes to overtime, and of course Brady touchdown plus 3.5 is dead. I've got the Chiefs minus 3 goes to overtime in a game that probably shouldn't have gone to overtime because the Chargers looked like they had that game under control. It goes to overtime, and the Chiefs get a touchdown to win that game, and it's my only win. I'm not sticking my head in the sand. When I'm bad, I'm bad, and I talk about it. And when I'm good, actually, I don't even boast when I'm good, but I love to talk about when I lose. Kev, how was your day yesterday?
Well, Carmine, you're talking about bounces there. I'm still a little sick from last night. I had the Chargers plus the points on Thursday Night Football. Stayed up till 5:30 a.m., obviously, to watch that game as well. I think the wife must have thought I was cheating on her. I kept muttering Staley's name in my sleep. Tough loss to take. But, it was some game in fairness. It was absolutely end-to-end stuff. Just a shame that it ended up on the Kansas City Chiefs. Not for you, obviously, happy days, but... yeah, the Chargers were a tough one. So, look, new day, new dollar, as they say, and, excited to come on the show today and talk some hockey.
Yes, new day, new dollars. Yeah, Prez.
Yeah, so I got, firstly, shout out to Jeffrey Moore. Happy birthday, Jeff. We love having you as part of the extended Wager Talk family. Kevin Dolan, your collar is up. Is that a thing again? I thought that went away 40 years ago.
Nah, the Irish are a bit behind, Prez, to be honest. Like, this was, I think this was fashionable in the late 90s. So I'm just keeping it going and bringing it back, popping the collar.
You're going to throw the sweater over, with the sleeves that come down here and then you tie it around your neck. You're going to do that too?
Nah, it's not the 1950s. I'm talking about 1990s. But yeah, I've always popped the collar. It's got to be done.
Yeah, Carm,
right,
I got
Salmon
more.
Boy, is it okay if we get back
Carm.
to the show here or what? Let's go.
I got more.
First game. Let's look at these games now. Let's go 4 games because we still have the 6 in 60 segment I've got to get done at the end of the show. So let's kick it off. Vegas Golden Knights, New York Rangers. Let's have a look at the odds here. Golden Knights minus 130, Rangers plus 110. The total at 6. I'm going to go to Prez first on this one, but let me tell you, I look at this game and Shesterkin is still not 100%, so it doesn't look like he'll be in the lineup tonight. And, without him, I just don't want to go. I just think it's a bad spot for the Rangers here. I just don't want to take the Rangers here without Shesterkin in net. They're rotating between goalies, and you've got a hot Vegas team coming in who've won 6 of 7. And, the first 2 games of this 4-game road trip, they'll finish it off against the New York Islanders on the weekend. They're just playing extremely well right now. Minus 130. I think that's where I've got to lean here, Prez. What do you think?
Well, Carm, I swear to you, and I'm not even lying, at 11:58 a.m. today, which is exactly 9 minutes ago, the lovely and luscious Vivian, my woman, texts me, I'm on Vegas Knights tonight, money line. They are playing the Rangers, dealing with some injury problems. Shesterkin remains on the IR. Panarin left Wednesday night's game with a lower body injury. Rangers have been away their last 2 games and are coming home likely fatigued. That's my girl. How hot is that? Anyway, I like the Rangers.
She might have to. You like the Rangers? She told you all of that, and you like the Rangers.
Yeah, I do. Carm, I'm not going to be betting this game, but I think this is actually a bad spot for Vegas. I know they're rolling, dude. They've won 3 in a row. Just beat New Jersey, Boston. They're on their 3rd game now of this road trip. They've won 6 of 7. The Rangers have lost 2 of their last 3. They're coming home. They've had at least a couple of days rest. Vegas is on a back-to-back right now. I'm not betting this game, but I feel like, and we spoke about this a few weeks ago, even though I was wrong when Toronto faced Tampa Bay, I want the up-and-comers. I want the teams. I know Vegas has not won anything or done anything, but they have been in the thick of things for 3 years now. The Rangers have not. I want the up-and-comers when they play teams like Vegas or Colorado, Tampa Bay, Boston. I think this Rangers team is really, really, really good. I think their backup goalie is really good. I'd like to see, if Panarin plays, I'm on the Rangers, flat out. If he doesn't play, I'll likely pass on this game. He is questionable, but my lean on this game is the Rangers.
Yeah, listen, I get it, but they're coming back from, as we talked about, they're coming back from I guess the West Coast, losing Colorado.
Yeah, and I hate that.
The game in Arizona, they were dead in that game until they got 2 power plays in the last, I think, 5 minutes of that game. Both turned into power play goals, and they beat Arizona in that game. Georgiev is now confirmed as the starting goalie, and while he's a good backup, he is not a he's not a starter in the sense of playing 4 or 5 4 of the last 5 games here. And this will still be the 3rd and 4 nights for the Rangers as well too. Yep. They played on the 14th and 15th, travel back on the 16th, and now they're right back against a Rangers team that, yes, they are on the tail end of a back-to-back, but New Jersey to New York is a bus ride or a cab ride, whatever you want to call it. So there really is no travel there at all. And the Devils really didn't give them a fight yesterday, regardless of what that final score looks like. So I still have to I'll have to respectfully disagree with you on this one, Prez. Let's go to the tiebreaker on this one. Kev, thoughts?
Yeah, you won't get a tiebreaker from me, Carmen, because I like the total in this one. The whole Panarin injury is a big concern for the Rangers tonight. Obviously, look, he averages the most points for the Rangers this season. He's got 24 assists, 9 goals. So obviously that would be a huge blow for the Rangers if he gets no minutes tonight. But I like the over in this one. The goalie situation, as of right now, as you guys said, we're expecting Georgiev and Leonard and nets tonight for these two. Both guys have been really unimpressive so far this year. Both men barely scratching top 50 in terms of GSA average this season. Both are top 10 on really bad starts also. Those starts below a .850. So it's hard to trust either man in nets tonight. The other factor, of course, is Vegas's offense this season. The Knights ranked third on goals per game this year, 3.55 on average. That correlates to their expected goal average as well, where the Knights ranked fourth in the league. So with the goalie situation, the fact also that while officially New York gives up the sixth fewest goals per game this season at just 2.55 per game, their expected goals against numbers don't match up to that. Been far less impressive, 19th in the league overall. So give me goals in this one between the Knights and the Rangers tonight over in New York. I think we see this one push past 6.
I love that play, by the way, Kevin. I think that play makes a lot of sense, and especially with tired legs. So I know I jumped in like I'm the host or something. Hey, I'm in the middle. I'm going to host this show.
It's all good.
I'm taking over, Carm. I'm taking over.
Anytime we can get your presence on this show, Prez, we're always happy to have you.
Dude, check this out. Check this out. Shakira 420. Shikaria, whatever, 420. He writes, Prez with the Rangers, LMFAO. These, like you're literally rolling on the floor laughing. Like, it is so funny that you are laughing your actual ass off. Like, right now, like, tears are streaming down your face because it is that funny. It's like I am Dave Chappelle of hockey picking. It is that funny to this guy. He is crying with laughter.
All right. I subscribe to the Prez. I subscribe to the let's not make fun of our followers and our live audience and encourage them to post in the live chat comments. And speaking of subscribing, our YouTube channel has 89,044 viewers. We're less than 1,000 people from 90,000 viewers. Absolutely insane number. So if you haven't subscribed already, guys, just hit that button. Hit the like button as well, too, of course. But let's get it to 90,000 by the end of the weekend. We can do it. Some of you guys have to have burner accounts. Use the burner account. Subscribe twice. Anyways, with that said, let's go to the second game. Dallas Stars, St. Louis Blues. Let's have a look at the prices here. St. Louis minus 105. Dallas minus 115. The total here is 5.5. Prez, before I go to you, I talked about these St. Louis Blues. I think it was on last week's show or the week prior. About the fact that they had to play Florida twice back-to-back and Tampa Bay twice back-to-back. And whoever lost the first game, I would play them in the second. It worked perfectly. They split both games. They split the 2 games with Tampa Bay, split the 2 games with Florida. And now these two just met. The Blues won 4-1 in Dallas. And you can get now, the Stars minus 115 at a cheap price. Injuries to the goalies for St. Louis, 3 to 4 other players out. This is why the price is where it is. So I'm leaning Dallas. I'm taking the simplistic approach here, and I'm leaning Dallas minus 115. Give me your thoughts.
It's so funny. Dallas.
Can we mute his mic?
Dallas. Oh my God, dude. It's hysterical. Oh my God, that's like freaking comedy. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, I like the under in this game, Carm. Dallas has been playing to the under all year. 8 and 18 to the under. St. Louis is 14 and 14 to the under. This game has got very little scoring written all over it. The last 3 times they've played 4-1, 4-1, 2-1. They constantly go under. It's just going to be one of those really slow, plodding type games. Last game they played was a few nights ago. It went under. You got the St. Louis Blues 3-2 to the under against St. Louis, 4-1 to Montreal to the under. And I mean, if there's ever been a bigger under, this is it for Dallas. All they do is go under. They've gone under 3 times in a row. They've gone under 9 of their last 10 games. I mean, I know that it is hysterical, and I have no doubt our boys in the chat room are going to laugh around the table at my under, but I'm cool with that. I'm going with the under.
All right, Prez with the under. Kev, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, well, no doubt Dallas have been poor over that recent stretch, Carm. You know, the Stars have scored just 2 goals over the last 3 games. You know, worse than that, they've averaged just 25 shots per game against the Golden Knights and Kings, respectively, as well. So it's almost turned into a non-existent offense out there, to be honest, you know, for Dallas. But I'm the same as you. I do think they show up tonight. You know, Stars coach Rick Bowness called this team out after Tuesday's loss to the Blues, called them absolute no-shows out there. So, you know, maybe that lights a bit of fire under this Dallas team tonight to come out and, you know, try and perform here. The other factor for me is AHL call-up Charlie Lindgren has been, you know, he's been impressive for the Blues over those first 4 games, no question. But, you know, Braden Holtby, he's a proven commodity in this league. You know, 15th on quality start percentage this season, 15th on GS average as well. This Stars defense has given up the 5th fewest expected goals against numbers in the league this season also. So I'm going to roll the dice with the Dallas Stars in this one as well. You know, look for them to stop the skid here, you know, just like they did against Calgary back at the start of November. So I lean to them to get the outright win here on the road against St. Louis tonight as well. All
right, Kevin Dolan of WagerTalk.com. I've got a coupon code for Kevin. All 20. You can get a 3-day all access. All of today's plays, tomorrow's plays, and Sunday's plays.
Wow.
He's got hockey, basketball, and obviously college football, some bowl games going on, and NFL and NBA where he's really killing it right now. You can get a 3-day all access for $49. The all 20 will get you $20 off of that. Prez, I know you don't watch the shows, and some guys in the chat will remember this. But if you had watched the show yesterday in talking about games, I talked about the New York Islanders-Boston game, and some of the guys are like, well, Carm's going to give out the Islanders for sure. Like, no, I'm not giving out the Islanders. I'm actually giving out the under in that game. And I like an exact score of 3-1 in that game. 3-1 was paying plus 1,400 in that game. And final score, Islanders 3-1. So hopefully some of you took those 3-1 exact score props. And speaking of which, in this Dallas-St. Louis game, you can get Dallas to beat St. Louis 3-1, and that price is plus 1,400 as well. So
I love it.
Dallas gets the win, Prez gets his under, and I think we're all happy. All right, guys, let's move on to Game 3. Washington and Winnipeg in this one. Let's have a look at the price here. Winnipeg minus 120 at home, small favorite. Washington even money plus 100. The total is 6 here. Prez, I'm looking at the over here. Plain and simple. Jets, obviously, Paul Maurice gone as of this morning. He resigned, but the Jets defense has just abandoned them this past week. And then you have a Washington team. If you watch that game against Chicago, they didn't look very, very good defensively as well either. 6-2-2 run to the over for Washington. Winnipeg, I believe, is 4-2-4. Some pushes in there. I'm leaning over 6 here. I say we see some goals, and sometimes after a coach leaves, that the mood in that dressing room changes. So we'll see how Winnipeg looks tonight with someone else behind the bench. But I'm leaning over 6. Prez.
Brother, we are totally on the same page on that one. I like the over too, but I got to tell you, man, I can't wait to find out what actually happened. I mean, Paul Maurice doesn't just wake up in the morning and decide to resign. I mean, who did he harass? How did he upset the Alphabet Mafia? What did he do? I need to know what he did. There are skeletons somewhere. I'm not the one that's going to find that out, though, but I promise you, I assure you, I will read about it. Carm, I'm with you, man. Winnipeg's defense, and the same thing last year. This is the Achilles heel of their team. I mean, Buffalo put up 4 on them, Vancouver 4 on them, Carolina 4, Toronto 3, New Jersey 3. I'm with you on the over in this game. Both teams can clearly score. You look at Washington, Carm, 4-3-2, 4-3-3, 4-4-4-6. One game under 3 goals in the last 10. So I definitely agree with you on the over in this game. And I do want to quickly say, where's my boy Shikari 410 now? No, he's still 420. I got your message. That was awesome. I love that you were laughing at that of what you were laughing at. I don't care. I'm just going for the joke, man. You give me an opening to go for the joke, I'm taking it. Lots of love. It's all groovy. Groovy, man.
All right. That's great.
Carm, roll your
Kev,
eyes out.
I thought I lost you there for a second, Kev. Give me your thoughts on this Washington-Winnipeg game, my friend.
Prez is like that crazy uncle you don't want to invite for Christmas dinner, to be honest, some of the stuff he comes out with. But this game, both teams are on some patchy form right now, entering the nice game, especially Winnipeg, to be honest. Their offensive output is almost slowed to a crawl. So, I can see why Maurice left. But the one thing I will say in this game is, though, Washington have been incredibly lucky this year. We see this every season. With the X differential figures, actual goals minus expected goals, where teams like San Jose, Buffalo, Philadelphia, all incredibly unlucky last year, all deep in double negative figures. Where Winnipeg, coincidentally, and Pittsburgh actually ranked top 2 in positive data last season. That positive data can't last, though. When you're scoring and stopping an inordinate number of chances in games, sooner or later that tide has to turn. Your luck will run out. So as of right now, Washington sits atop the mountain on X differential this year, plus 22 goals from their expected figures. That absolutely dwarfs anyone else in the league right now. That's way, way above second highest placed Tampa Bay. So, at some point this wheel will turn, possibly after Christmas, I might start looking at spots to fade the Capitals in. But as of right now, I can't do it. Washington are continually finding ways to score in front of the nets right now. And, until I see that start to cool off, which it has to, I got to lean Washington on this one tonight against Winnipeg.
All right,
that's really,
Kevin Dolan.
Kev, I got to ask you, Carm, sorry, in all seriousness. Kev, we saw with Philly, we saw with Vancouver, you're going to play against a team that has a new coach starting in their first game. That's an angle that scares the shit out of me.
We don't actually know if he just resigned literally an hour ago.
No, they just announced
it's highly unlikely they have a new coach pressed and ready to go behind the bench. I'm just going to guess that the assistant coach is going to take over.
Yeah, well, that makes him the new coach, Carm. That's the definition of a new coach.
No, he's the interim coach, Prez. So with that said, let's head over to the final game on today's card, Nashville and Chicago. Let's have a look at the price on this one. Chicago minus 140, Nashville plus 120. The total here is 5.5. Listen, we talked about the last time Prez was on, we talked about the fact that while not a handicapping angle, that you should bet just because of it, that when Washington and Chicago played, it was 12 games in a row that Chicago had zigzagged either a win or a loss, and the Zag said that they were supposed to win against Washington, and they did get the win 5-4. So it's 13 games in a row that they've zigged and zagged. Again, not a handicapping tool, but if you're going by the zigzag theory, then you've got to take Nashville tonight. Am I taking Nashville? I am going to take Nashville, but for a different reason here. And it's just because this Nashville team is playing extremely well. You've got six wins in a row for this team. The only reason, it's not going to make my betting card, but I'm leaning to Nashville. The only reason I don't want to take Nashville is because if you look at the goaltending matchup, Chicago has the better goalie in net. It's going to be Marc-Andre Fleury for them. It's likely going to be Riddick in net. UC Saros was in net last night for that win that Brian Leonard gave out as a free play yesterday, as well too on Nashville plus 160 against Colorado. I don't like Riddick in net, but if I think the better team here is Nashville, and you're getting plus money with them. So if I had to lean, I'd lean with the better team, getting plus money here, Prez.
Carmine Bianco, I just want to say for the record, I was on the Wednesday show when you said that the zigzag is not part of the handicap, and then I corrected you and said, yeah, it is. So I feel like, you know, there has to be a reason a team is zigzagging over and over again. Obviously, you don't use it as the core of your handicap, but it needs to be taken into account, and it should be for tonight. Listen, this is a tough spot for both teams, frankly. Firstly, you've got Chicago zigzagging, as we spoke about. But, man, the Predators now on a back-to-back, and they just beat a team that really has Stanley Cup aspirations. They've got to be very high. It had to have been an emotional game, and now they're right back into playing a team like Chicago, which is just terrible. It's a tough spot, man. You know, I'm going to really look at the over in this game. You look at this Nashville team. I am blown away by this Nashville team. Me and you spoke at the beginning of the year and last year about this Nashville team, and we thought their run was done. They just keep winning, keep scoring, keep putting the foot on the pedal. I look at this game and I think to myself, you know, does this game is 5-3, 5-2? Yes. I'm going to get a 5.5 in this game. I'm going to look to play it over the total, and it's juiced to the under. So I think there's a lot of value on the over in Chicago and Nashville tonight. That is where I'm going. And I'm curious whether you regret begging me to be on the show today.
Regret? No. When I speak to my therapist about why I started drinking again today, it'll be because of you being on the show. No, I do not have a drinking problem. But speaking of zigzags, Prez, because you would probably know this, isn't that aren't those?
Oh, I know zigzags.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Would.
They were
Kevin,
my ones of choice.
I
like the silver ones the best.
Mr. Dolan,
hey.
Your thoughts on this Nashville-Chicago game?
Well, I think you guys covered it. This is probably one of the toughest games on the board for me, in fairness. You know, absolute ton of absences for the Predators right now, obviously. You know, not just players either, you know, coaching staff. But the Predators are still finding ways to win games. You know, 6 straight wins now for the Preds, half of those covering the puck line as well. And Nashville ranked 5th on the season on total number of high danger scoring chances created. So this Preds team are continuing to get into dangerous positions on the ice. But, you know, with all that being said, those absences have to start taking a toll at some stage. For the Predators, you'd imagine Chicago have been strong at home, 5-2 over the last 7 at the United Center, including that 2-1 overtime win against Nashville back at the start of November as well. So, you know, got to respect the early money here. You know, it's absolutely poured in on the Blackhawks, but, you know, at minus 140, the value's all but gone here. So I would lean to Chicago here, but at this price, it's a complete pass.
All right. Kevin Dolan of WagerTalk.com with his take on the Nashville and Chicago game. Okay, guys, last week on the 6 in 60, we 3 wins, 3 losses. We've never had a down day. I think it's been 5, 6 and 60s. They've all seemed to have had 3 or more winners. The first 3 were all very profitable. The last 3 have sort of broke even. So let's go with a winning one. Remember, there's a couple games canceled this on Saturday. The Calgary game was previously canceled, and now the Boston and Montreal game is now postponed as well too. So it's that COVID thing that is going to be canceling games, and hopefully not a lot of them. But with that said, 6 in 60. Let's hit the clock and get this one going. Toronto, Vancouver. Canucks 6 in a row, 8 of the last 10. Last season, the home team won all 9 games. Give me Vancouver plus 135. New Jersey, Detroit. Devils are a train wreck on the road right now. 5 straight losses by a 27-11 margin. Give me Detroit minus 140. Chicago and Dallas, both of them will be on the tail end of a back-to-back. but the Stars have won 8 of their past 9 at home. Give me the Stars in regulation time, minus 105. Edmonton at Seattle. The Oilers got a much-needed win yesterday. That could jumpstart them to a good win streak because they've got an easy schedule coming up. Give me Edmonton, minus 130. Florida, Minnesota, both teams on 3-game losing streaks and not playing well defensively. Give me the over 6 in this game. And we're going to end it with, switching the page, Carolina and the LA Kings. I am going to take Carolina in this one. Canes won 5-4 4 weeks ago. It was their worst defensive display. They'll be better tomorrow night. I almost beat the buzzer. Jeez. I had to flip the page, Prez. That's what it was. I had the Montreal game on there, and then it got postponed. My Montreal thoughts were going to be
we are taking your Christmas bonus away.
Yeah.
You are losing your Christmas bonus.
My thoughts were going to be let's mute his mic.
No Christmas
My thoughts
bonus.
were going to be that the Canadiens won a game last night. It's few and far between, and I was going to take the Bruins, but obviously COVID took care of that one for both teams. All right, guys, let's get to our best bets segment. Prez, tell us what you have up at WagerTalk and what your best bet for the show is.
Okay, first and foremost, guys, you got to be playing my NFL. I won last night, easiest call in the world, no sweat whatsoever. I was on the over in the Kansas City Chargers game. It was over in the first 7 minutes, give or take. I have a 5% play in the NFL for this weekend. I also have another massive teaser for everybody. I'll have a bunch of NFL plays up. Guys, I got a promo code for you all. There won't be a flashing thing on the screen because I didn't mention it to our engineers. Well, let's see how fast they can work. The rest of my NFL season and playoffs for $149. Please use the promo code Prez149. Prez149. JD Badgley, I know I'm annoying AF. I can't even be around myself, dude. Like, that's how annoying I am. As for my best bet, we're going with Dallas under the total tonight, Carm. Dallas under the total. So that's really it, man. What a fun show. Again, I want to apologize for my Wednesday despondentness. Make sure to check out WagerTalk today. I'll be even more annoying, and we'll have Marco D'Angelo on that show, as well as Adam Trigger and Andy Lang. And Kev, get your butt on WagerTalk today one of these days, would you?
Yeah,
all
definitely.
Right,
Next big fight.
Prez, good luck with those plays. $149 is a great deal. Or you can PayPal Kevin Dolan at PayPal.com, and he'll give you all of Prez's plays for $99 for the rest of the season. And Kevin,
beautiful.
what do you have up? What do you have up for at WagerTalk? And give us a show best bet, please.
Yeah, well, in terms of a best bet, Carm, not going to take up too much time here. I've already discussed it earlier, and that's the Vegas Golden Knights New York Rangers over 6 goals for me tonight. For all the reasons I outlined previously. What we got going on this week, and we got the Bahamas Bowl selection kicking off pretty soon. Noon Eastern, riding a 63% win percentage on all college football sides of 3% or above since last December. So pretty happy with that, obviously. Looking forward to adding another winner in college here this afternoon. About to load up the Elliott Bowl for tomorrow as well. NFL triple pack up for Sunday. Going to look at the soccer card as well. And don't forget about that 3-day all-access pass either, all 20. To get $20 off a full weekend pass of all my plays over Friday, Saturday and Sunday across every sport. So, yeah, looking forward to a big, big weekend ahead.
All right, and we wish you the best of luck in that one. My show best bet, a winner yesterday. Let's go for another winner here. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Penguins minus a goal and a half against the Buffalo Sabres. Jari's been great in net. Sabres come off a win, tail end of a back-to-back, and it's Subban in net tonight. Even the Prez could score on Subban. I think this is a big win for Pittsburgh. Even with his girlish ankles, when he's on the ice, he could probably score on Subban.
Nope.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh minus 1.5. 3 plays up in soccer this afternoon, a couple plays in NHL tonight, and a 5% soccer play loaded for Saturday. Pick up that 3-day all access package. You guys know that 3 days usually have the best value. And then, of course, I always look at how my 3-day packages have gone and take care of you guys. So anyways, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're less than 1,000 people from 90,000 subscribers on this channel. Let's see if we can hit that before the weekend is up. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button. And as always, good luck with your wagers. We'll see you on Monday.
Now you can enjoy the happiness of the holidays for the next 6 months by paying less and making more money by getting 180 days of picks from your favorite handicapper at a huge discount. This limited time Christmas special gives you a 90-day all-access pass with a handicapper of your choice at WagerTalk.com, plus an additional 90 days of all-access passes at no additional cost, an $849 value. This comes out to just under $5 per day, includes all sports released and any 5% best bets, normally priced at $35 each. Your access with your handicapper will cover NFL through the Super Bowl, college football through the national championship, any NBA and NHL action, including playoff games played during access and the start of the MLB season. Plus, if your handicapper does UFC, soccer, tennis, or any sport, yep, it's included. Happy holidays from everyone at WagerTalk.